Lord Hague has added his comments to the future of the Conservative Party, and he is grim. He says that should Rishi Sunak's bill be rejected by the party, and should they vote against the bill today, in this evening's vote, then the party is dooming itself to opposition probably forever. Probably not even opposition. It's going to dwindle out of control completely. It's going to disintegrate as a party. He was speaking on Times Radio. He says there's no guarantee of coming back. I'm not predicting that because I want Rishi to win this vote, to keep doing well over the coming year, to win an election. I'm not predicting that will happen. I'm saying it can happen. The Liberal Party used to be the regular governing party, but when it went out after the First World War, it actually never came back in again as a majority government. I'm sure that's what will happen to the Conservative Party because of this bill and because of the stupidity. That is if the bill gets rejected. Now, if the bill gets accepted, I'm afraid I would predict much the same result if the bill were to go through the House of Commons and the House of Lords unchanged. Now, it is possible that in the House of Lords it is so amended that it loses all its teeth and therefore becomes a non-bill effectively. And that may be the only way in which the Conservative Party could regain any sort of power after losing the coming election. Because this bill effectively destroys the Conservative Party's main plank of identity, which is that it is the party of law. And this bill rips up that relationship. So if there's a way in which the bill can get through and be watered down to the point where it is no longer attacking law, the concept of law, then maybe there is hope. And I think that's not simply a wish for the Conservative Party. I think that's a wish that anybody on any side of the House would hope. Because this bill has to fail. How it fails may well determine the future of politics in the United Kingdom for the next 100 years. And it couldn't have come at a worse time. We have an international crisis. We are facing an election, and a Labour Party in power without a suitable opposition is, again, the sort of disaster that we've had certainly for the last 10 years in Parliament, with the Conservative Party in power without a decent opposition. And it doesn't work. That's why we have a loyal opposition, because the opposition is there to test and to question the legislation put forward by the government. That's its job. And if it doesn't do that job, the government gets out of control. That's what we've got. And I'm afraid it's not simply even a matter of one nation, the one nation group winning out over the ERG. It's about the entire dynamic of the Conservative Party is wrong. And it's wrong because it's got obsessed with the nastier side of Brexit, which was easily identifiable as the nastier side of UKIP. And it's not the side that the UKIP supporters tended to recognise, but it was there at the heart of UKIP. I discovered it, I saw it, I called it out for what it was. And I find it very strange that other people can't see it. The Brexit debate, which was a reasonable debate, was hijacked by xenophobia and by racism. And in the same way that Farage could not see himself as racist or condoning racism because it was just a joke, so too the majority of people who were discussing taking back our borders and curbing immigration, could not see and cannot see that there is a racist element to this and that it is perverse and disturbing. And that is not the language of a party leading the country. That is either the language of tyranny or it's the language of a minor interest in politics. And I'm afraid that's what the Conservative Party will become.